to Redbird for allowing me to be part of Migration 2020. This past year has been especially challenging for our industry. Women in Aviation International was created in 1994 to support women throughout their career in aviation, as well as inspire the next generation of future female aviators. WAI has a critical role in building a sense of community and providing our 15,000 plus members with an array of resources, including scholarships, a robust chapter network with over 150 local communities represented, Mentor Connect, Job Connect, education sessions, personal and development workshops and seminars, and an annual 3-day gathering that provides a unique opportunity for thousands of members to connect, engage, and inspire one another. WAI successfully launched a virtual Girls in Aviation Day on September 26, 2020, with a new and exclusive Aviation Footgirls App. In the first week, thousands of girls participated in our 6th annual event, representing 55 countries, tripling the number of countries we reached last year with InPerson Events. Have a look at how we introduced this year's Girls in Aviation Day.
I'm Captain Remo Shea Nelson, Thunderbird 12, Public Affairs Officer for your United States Air Force Thunderbirds. And welcome to Girls in Aviation 2020.
Hello everyone, Shasta Ways here. I'm the youngest woman to fly solo around the world in a single engine aircraft. Welcome to Girls in Aviation Day 2020. Today is your day. Happy Girls in Aviation Day.
Hi, I'm Deborah Flint, President and CEO of Toronto Pearson International Airport in Toronto, Canada. I'm excited to welcome you to Girls in Aviation Day 2020. The world of airports and aviation is fascinating to me, and I'm sure you will find it fascinating as well.
I'm Samantha Boyer. I'm from the United States of America. I'm an EMS helicopter pilot. Welcome to Girls in Aviation Day 2020.
I'm Alicia Hunt. I'm from the United States. I'm a commercial pilot in training. Welcome to Girls in Aviation Day 2020.
Hi, I'm Patty Wagstaff. I'm from the United States. I'm an airshow pilot. Welcome to Girls in Aviation Day 2020.
Hi, I'm Taylor Dean, Assistant Chief Pilot with the Goodyear Blimp. Welcome to Girls in Aviation 2020.
Hi, I'm Major Michelle Kern, Thunderbird 5, the lead solo for the Air Force Thunderbirds, and welcome to Girls in Aviation Day 2020.
It's important for girls to learn all the career possibilities in aviation and aerospace and to meet positive role models. The Aviation Footgirls app was created to deliver year-round educational content for kids ages 8 through 17 and can be used at their own pace. This app will be updated throughout the year with additional activities, mentors, and tours. Here are just a few examples.
Hello, and welcome to the Goodyear Airship Base in Southern California. I'm wearing a mask because we are following COVID-19 protocols and safety measures that Goodyear's taking. Right now we are outside and we're practicing a 6-foot distance, so I am going to remove my mask so that I can share the virtual blimp tour information with you. So my name is Taylor Dean. I'm Assistant Chief Pilot at the Carson, California Airship Base. I'm going to take you through a virtual tour of our Goodyear airship. Goodyear has 3 airships in its fleet. We have one here in Carson, California, one in Pompano Beach, Florida, and one in Akron, Ohio. And recently, this year, 2020, we actually started operating an airship in Europe. Goodyear's been flying airships for over 100 years. And we've recently updated our fleet starting in 2014 with the christening of Wingfoot 1, followed up shortly by Wingfoot 2 and Wingfoot 3 to complete the new airship fleet for Goodyear in 2018. The Goodyear blimp is 246 feet long. That's 3/4 the length of a football field. The envelope, which is the area, the balloon portion of the airship that houses our branding, is made up of a polyurethane, polyester, and Tedlar material, and it houses 298,000 cubic feet of helium. The structure of the airship includes an A-frame, which runs the length of the airship and allows connection points for both your engine units and your tail fins. This area is only accessible by maintenance personnel during hangar portions where we take the helium out of the envelope and under specific safety protocols. Pilots and on game days broadcast technicians fly inside the gondola portion of the airship. There are also 10 passenger seats inside the gondola for when Goodyear provides customer recognition events, as well as windows 360 degrees all the way around the airship that provide unparalleled views. When we're over TV events at 1,500 feet, we have the best seat in the house. Inside the cockpit, you have 2 pilots flying. One person's actively moving the side stick and controlling the airship, while the other one's doing navigation and communication. The airship is complete with a fly-by-wire system. The side stick, which is both on the pilot side and the co-pilot side, allows the pilot to control the airship aerodynamically. The flight control unit senses the input from the pilot and moves the fins based on the input it receives. The thrust vector control system is a way the pilot controls their engine parameters and their propellers. It has 4 different levers included with it. You have your swivel lever, your RPM lever, your mixture, and your propeller pitch. The G500 is equipped on the lower portion of the pilot's dash. We use that for our digital instrumentation readout, as well as navigating from one place to another. It also has traffic collision avoidance associated and obstacle avoidance. Thanks for joining me for a behind-the-scenes look at the Goodyear airship. I'm Taylor Dean, signing off and wishing you blue skies on your journey.
Hi girls, and welcome to Girls in Aviation Day. I'm Joey Colleran with Redbird Flight Simulations, and I sell flight simulators. I'm also a private pilot with my seaplane rating. There are lots of careers in aviation, and today you're going to meet some of my friends.
I'm Olga Custodio. I was the first Latina commercial and military pilot. I flew for American Airlines and retired as a captain, and retired from the Air Force as a lieutenant colonel.
Like me, Silver, certified flight instructor and instrument instructor at Luke Weathers Flight Academy with the Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals.
And me, I'm Britt Tuff. I'm a flight instructor and a test pilot, and I also love to fly drones.
Let's go fly.
Learning to fly is one of the most challenging and rewarding things you will ever do. At its core, flying involves learning how to make control inputs to position the aircraft precisely where you want it to be. Hey Olga, what are your thoughts on learning to fly?
Hi, I'm Olga Custodio, and I want to tell you that flying is a lot of fun. It's challenging, but it can be so rewarding.
This is a learned skill, much like learning to throw a softball, kicking a soccer ball, or learning to play the guitar. Today, you will be flying a Cessna 172 with a steam gauge panel. To learn more about the components in the cockpit, let's learn from Silver.
So this is our yoke. With our yoke, we can pitch the plane up, down, or we can bank the plane to the left or right. So for instance, if we want to turn to the left, we'd simply deflate the yoke to the left, and that would bank our wing to the left, and we'd be turning to the left. If we want to turn to the right, we deflect it to the right, and then we'd be turning to the right. If we want to pitch the plane up and go higher, then we pull back on the yoke, and we'd be pitched up. And if we wanted it to go down, then we just push forward on the yoke, and then we'd be going down. So this is our throttle. Think of the throttle as the same as the gas pedal in a car. So if we want to go faster, we would push the throttle forward like this. If we want to go slower, then we pull the throttle out like this.
Every flight starts the same way, with a takeoff. Today, we will learn a normal takeoff, meaning the airplane is departing directly into the wind. For any takeoff, your goal is to transition from the ground to a specific pitch attitude that will allow the airplane to do what it is designed to do, climb away from the ground, pointed in the correct direction. There's a lot of planning that goes into a flight and takeoff, but for today's lesson, we are going to just show you how to take off. Your Cessna is about to taxi onto the active runway for takeoff. Scan the sky for other airplanes that might be landing, taking off, or just flying in the vicinity. Get your clearance from the control tower or otherwise announce your intention to take off at non-towered airports. When you are ready to enter the runway, and it is safe to do so, release the brakes. Add a little power, and use the rudder pedals to line up with the runway centerline. Be sure you are no longer resting your feet on the brakes so that you will only be pushing on the rudder pedals during the takeoff. When you're ready for takeoff, smoothly push the throttle control all the way forward for full power. Keep your focus on the far end of the runway and use small rudder pedal inputs to stay on the center line. Expect to add some pressure on the right rudder pedal to counteract the airplane's tendency to turn left during takeoff and climb. You will need to hold that right rudder pressure throughout the takeoff and climb. Hey Britt, tell us about rudder pedals.
The rudder pedals on an airplane actually do different things whether you're on the ground or up in the air. On the ground, an airplane actually doesn't have a steering wheel, so we use the rudder pedals to turn right and left and essentially drive on the ground. When an airplane's up in the air flying, the rudder pedals move the rudder. The rudder on the airplane helps the airplane stay straight and keep the nose lined up. It's really helpful when an airplane's trying to turn to stay coordinated so that you don't make your passengers sick.
During your acceleration down the runway, your eyes should primarily be looking out the windscreen ahead of you. Scan, and only scan, the airspeed indicator as you accelerate down the runway. At rotation speed, which is 55 knots in this Skyhawk, rotate the nose up by gently pulling back on the yoke and lifting the nose to the horizon. The airspeed is relatively low, so it will take a moment for the nose to rise. The airplane will continue to accelerate and will lift off when it's ready. Allow the airplane to accelerate to VY and hold that pitch attitude for best rate of climb. Glance at the airspeed indicator and adjust the pitch attitude as needed to maintain your climbing airspeed. Since you can't see the runway as it passes behind the airplane, use a cloud or some external reference to keep tracking the extended runway center line. If you do everything correctly, you'll end up gracefully climbing away from the ground at the proper airspeed on the proper heading. Climb out straight ahead or to 300 feet below traffic pattern altitude if staying in the pattern.
Thanks for joining us today. It's been awesome. Check out our virtual STEM classes. They're free, you don't need a simulator, and you'll have a lot of fun learning at learning.redbirdflight.com. Also, if you're interested in trying to find a Redbird Flight Simulator near you, contact me. I'll set you up in one.
We realize that training costs and financing this passion can be difficult for so many, especially during these challenging times. That is why WAI established a robust scholarship program in 1995. Since then, WAI has awarded more than $13.2 million to our members, and this year we are offering 82 scholarships, totaling more than $382,000. We know that scholarships change lives, and our past scholarship winners are always happy to share their stories with others.
Extremely grateful to be receiving the Martha King Flight Instructor Scholarship. They're allowing me to achieve my CFI and then lifetime access to all the King School's materials, including the flight instructor refresher courses as well. So it's very huge. This scholarship particularly is might say a lifesaver, definitely a dream saver. It opened the door when I thought my dreams and my aviation career that got its start a little later in life had been closed. I had just become a qualified co-pilot in the C-130. I had 3 flights in and was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I lost my medical both with the FAA and with the military, and I pretty much thought my dreams of flying were over at that point. Luckily, with the basic med, I've been able to continue on as a flight instructor, and for me, it's huge. It provides light at the end of a very long tunnel that I just can't thank them enough. What I learned through all of this, especially when I was first diagnosed, my first questions were, can I still fly? Am I ever going to be able to fly again? And I didn't know any other female pilots that had been diagnosed with breast cancer. Through life choices and whatever path you go down, no matter if you close the door on yourself or if the door is closed and what you think is closed, it's not. And just keep fighting and make your dreams come true, and nothing can hold you back, and the incredible people along the way that help you achieve those dreams when you think the doors are closed, it's just, I mean, you can't appreciate it enough.
That sense of our WAI community, as well as our networking and mentoring opportunities, are highlighted at our annual conference.
I think that attending conference is one of the most valuable things that you can do at any stage in your career. This is a conference like none other I ever attend. Most of them are business focused, right? Trying to sell something. This is all about fostering a community, a sense of purpose. This is probably the most empowering, engaging, and inspiring event that you will ever go to. And I think if you have the opportunity to come once, you're going to want to come back. It's that engaging.
And through our annual International Pioneer Hall of Fame, we remember those women who have blazed a trail before us and have given us the inspiration to move forward and open doors of opportunity for other women. Here's one of our hundreds of inductees, featuring Major General Jeannie Leavitt of the United States Air Force.
Major General Jeannie Leavitt's Air Force career has spanned more than 25 years. Today, she is the commander of Air Force Recruiting Service and has flown more than 3,000 hours, including 300 hours of combat flight with operational experiences in Afghanistan and Iraq. Dedicated to a lifetime of learning, Jeannie has obtained 4 master's degrees in addition to her undergraduate degree in aerospace engineering. For the 2019 film Captain Marvel, Jeannie worked with the production team to coordinate Air Force assistance in accurately portraying female military pilots. Graduating first in her Air Force pilot training class at Laughlin Air Force Base in December 1992, Jeannie became the first female fighter pilot in the Air Force on the F-15E Strike Eagle.
Yes, sir. I go through the same training that my male counterparts go through, and I've had no problems to this point. And I'm looking forward to the challenge of flying the F-15E.
She continued to break barriers and became the first woman fighter pilot to graduate from Fighter Weapons School at Nellis Air Force Base in 1998. And then again when she became the first female fighter pilot instructor at the Weapons School. In 2012, Jeannie became the first woman to command a combat fighter wing when she took command of the 4th Fighter Wing at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. Following her subsequent assignment as Principal Military Assistant to the Secretary of Defense at the Pentagon, she then took command of the 57th Fighter Wing at Nellis Air Force Base.
At the 57th Wing, we will set the example for others to follow with our unparalleled professionalism and dedication to duty.
In 2016, Jeannie was promoted to the rank of Brigadier General and was promoted with a 2nd star in 2019. Today, she serves as the commander of the Air Force Recruiting Service in San Antonio, Texas.
I invite you to join us on our continued mission of creating a more diverse workforce. Before the crisis, our industry was in need of hundreds of thousands of additional employees. We cannot abandon our efforts to recruit the next generation workforce. We have the opportunity to rebuild our industry with the diversity that was lacking before the pandemic. Thank you.